Welcome to Jacksonville, Alabama, a hidden gem a few miles from the border of Georgia and home to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, where these fans are fired up for this showdown about to play out on Burgess Snow Field. In this one, two teams from Conference USA squaring off in a weekday clash to set the table for the weekend ahead. As we'll see, the Old Dominion Monarchs taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Monarchs will kick it away to start us off. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the Jacksonville State Gamecocks will be in a hole thanks to that short return. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man cover.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He leaves it with his back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Gets it inside the 10. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Gamecocks want to move quickly.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
A strike downfield. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. And the Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Old Dominion Monarchs offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Finds the tight end. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Line. And down. Going with the ground game left. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Throw it toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. Looking for more room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one of...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They believe they can run right here. At the 20, he's got space. Makes the tackle at the 24, but from inside the 10 to across the 20 on the pickup of 15.
That's not what the offense was expecting, but it's perfect, right? You just want to run the ball, come out of your own end zone, create some space, boom, I'll do you better. I'll give you a first down, move that ball way down the field, create a lot of space.
Stop him at the 10. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
To the ground with the back.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give to the lone running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. This should be the last play of the quarter. Back to throw, it's Provo. He's got an open man. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Guys, Jacksonville State has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll give it to the back. Running with power. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, ODU. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offense coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Liberty is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sparky isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 10 over New Mexico State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down. And wings it incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. Third down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. And that's exactly what happened. Now setting up fourth down.
ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about this.
Leaves it with the back. Nice move to keep moving.
And a nice job by the running back finding space. Making a good run. finishing with his pads.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And the pass is intercepted. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage, so wave off the turnover, give up the yardage, it'll be 1st down. They'll go right back to him. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Safe completion on the screen. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little...
Touchdown, Monarchs! What a catch and run for 6. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on own. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Williams. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Gamecocks are flying down the field. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dances away. He'll pull it down and run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Gamecocks line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. They took their time out of the game, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the 2nd quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you could really get dangerous in this ball game.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the back. And that one's incomplete. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. The Monarchs have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top on first down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Showing the arm straight down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup.
Pass interference. Defense.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Jacksonville for an entertaining first half than you? And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. And with that, let's head back to the guys at JSU Stadium.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
He looks that one in nicely.
If you're trying to throw these curl routes against zone coverage, you got to have great timing. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
They'll leave it with him. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the Monarchs are on the move. They'll ride the hot hand. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they're going to throw it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. The Monarchs will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Makes the grab on the left. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And it looks as if they're going to try field goal. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
He's looking for a man on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. They'll throw it on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Going to try to get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The give to the tailback. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack from this defense. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
Guys, Old Dominion has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Running back goes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The offense coughs it up. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back.
The defense comes up big time on the 4th down play, trying to get the stop, making sure he doesn't get a first down. The fumble, it's just the icing on the sundae. That's fine. We'll take it. But more importantly, they got the big stop and turnover on downs.
ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmaking.
He's loose on the right. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Old Dominion. They push out this lead in the 4th quarter, and it might be enough to give them that elusive 2nd win of the season.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is down right now, but there is still a ton of football to be played. And for a program that ranks inside the top 10 all-time in wins, don't be surprised if they come back. They're trailing by 10 to Oklahoma. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it 1 play at a time.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
2nd down coming up.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Makes his connection. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. And the Monarchs come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he drops to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit.